All right, Patrick, thank you. Well, part fact with a lot of humor, the national best-selling book True Prep delves into the world of the pearl-wearing elite and exposes all of their secrets for the rest of the masses. And joining us this morning is the author of that book, Lisa Birnbach. She's joining us on the set to talk about it. Here it is right here. True Prep. I was thumbing through it this morning. It is quite tongue-in-cheek,
yes,
but there is some truth to it. And let's get a little perspective here. You actually wrote a book called
The Official Preppy Handbook.
The Official Preppy Handbook. That was 30 years ago, right?
Yes.
We don't need to dwell on that fact, but
Yes.
but what have you found has happened in the 30 years since you wrote the original?
Well, polar fleece, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
It's a giant step for mankind. Because,
Really?
Because preppies who only wear natural fibers next to their skin are now wearing recycled Evian bottles. And who thought that would happen?
Never thought that would happen.
There's also the internet.
Yeah.
That's also a change.
That's just a little thing, you know, that's happened in 30 years.
Yeah. There's Casual Friday is a whole new concept. There are book clubs that are really wine clubs, as we all know.
We all know the true meaning, yes.
And the thingy. We are all addicted to our thingy, and we can't find it, we can't live with it, we can't live without it,
right.
and as a result, very bad manners.
All right, so, yes, exactly, especially when you're out with a group. But let's talk a little bit about the book itself. You've modeled it as a handbook of sorts for the prep world. And why did you decide to put it in this format?
Well, first of all, I would have no career if people didn't read books in the new, as we say. So they're small, short bits that you can nibble whenever you want. Secondly, there's so many questions. If I want to absorb this life, where, you know, what am I going to do about a second home? What am I going to do about the guy next to me on the plane wearing shorts? Or can I wear shorts on the plane? No.
Okay,
no.
So that's covered in the book?
Yes.
One of the other things that I wanted to touch on is Newport. As you know, I mean, it's such a preppy hotspot, and you know, there are many parts of Rhode Island that are mentioned in your book. You talk about Block Island. Talk a little bit more about the Rhode Island connection in
Rhode
here.
Island is very dear to me because I went to college here and I lived here at Brown. Yeah. By the way, Brown is so hot now, it's not good manners to say, oh, I went to Brown. You have to say, Brown.
Just Brown. Okay.
Okay. Where I'll be signing books later today.
Yes, yes. We'll talk more about that.
But so Block Island, Watch Hill, Newport, the idea that these gigundo mansions are called cottages is so prep.
It's so prep.
It's so old money. So we don't brag. We don't talk about it.
You know, one of the other things I wanted to touch upon was this fabulous list that you have about what was cool then in the prep world and what is cool now.
Right.
Some of it hasn't changed
at
all.
Well,
for example,
80s music.
80s music, hot then, hot now.
Right.
But what do you think has changed, you know, with fashion and, you know, television and things like that?
Okay, first of all, thank God the pleated pant. Gone, gone, gone. R.I.P. Right? Because now we wear clothes that actually show off the fact that we've gone to Pilates, and so that's big. And then the way we get our news and information has changed.
Absolutely.
Right.
Do you think it's become more preppy to get it the way we get it?
No.
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 It was cooler to get it in the old school days.
Paper, baby.
I know, that is preppier. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you,
Great
Danielle.
book. It's a fun read.
Thank
and
you.
again, you mentioned that you're going to be signing it this evening at the Brown Bookstore. I hope you have a great crowd. And to find out the details, you can head to foxprovidence.com.